Hey guys, it's Tim and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 16th of July 2019 to talk about everything that took place on tonight's Smackdown Live. Tonight's Smackdown Live was an interesting show to say the least. I mean, it wasn't bad. Raw was better in my opinion, but at the same time, some head-scratching things that took place on the show that led me just very confused, I may say. Luke might know I did not hear that. I will look into that, though. So, talk about tonight's SmackDown. Tonight's SmackDown was very interesting. We saw a number of things that, like I said, was a head-scratcher, but a number of things like, okay, that could be cool. Chris McNutt says, is it true Liv Morgan, when she returns to WWE? Yes, Liv Morgan is being repackaged. Luke Mike, there's a lot of conflicting things about Eric Bischoff's involvement in this show. And you may or may not, I'm still trying to get it confirmed, you may or may not be able to credit him. Some are saying he was there. Some are saying he wasn't there. I've heard both sides of the story from multiple different people. So we'll see where it goes. We're just looking at who's with us right now in the live chat. We do have George John Cox. We do have Henry McKenna Carvalho, Kristen McNutt, Luke Might, Fonzie 805. What is going on, everybody? Joe Decker says, can you see Cesaro and Black a team? I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I would not put Black in another tag team. Cesaro just came out of a tag team with The Bar. They do not need to be in more tag teams. I'm just going to say that right now. So SmackDown kicked off tonight with an earlier in the day video. Shane McMahon met Kevin Owens in the back with security. McMahon mentioned the town hall meeting later, and McMahon said he's not going to let Owens speak lies about him. Owens pointed out that he works for WWE, not Shane McMahon. McMahon said that he didn't want Owens involved in the town meeting. He is WWE, hence, he's basically said, the McMahons run WWE. I'm a McMahon. You do work for me. So he said that Kevin Owens was not allowed to be at the building, and Kevin Owens obliged. I was really surprised how easily Kevin was like, all right, I'll leave. Cool. Whatever you want, bro. I was like, that's it? You're not going to fight him on this? You're not going to say that I should be able to stay? You're not going to... a head scratcher, if you will. So, in the ring, McMahon stood alone with the SmackDown roster on the stage. They recapped McMahon and Drew McIntyre versus Roman and The Undertaker from Extreme Rules. McMahon pointed out that Owens has the night off. Owens gave him the idea to host the town hall tonight. He said any superstar can say whatever they want. They can air out their grievances. And there were 2 different microphones up there for the roster members to say their piece. Roman Reigns was the first to walk up, and he stated, nobody likes you, Shane. He told Shane to kiss his ass, and McMahon goes, all right, you'll be fine for that. We'll talk more later. Like, really? That was dumb. This whole opening segment was dumb. McMahon then asked Charlotte Flair to approach the mic, and she said she was shocked by Reigns' comments and Owens' actions. She then praised the McMahon family for helping her family and this and that. And then she was interrupted by Liv Morgan. Liv complained about Flair, saying Flair just kisses ass all the time. It's because of people like Flair that people like Morgan don't get opportunities. And Flair goes, wait, what? You're still employed here? Flair pointed out that Owens only said, her name only came up last week because Owens burped it out. I was like, what the hell? So she was trying to respond. Shane McMahon cut her off. Told him, move on. He then called up Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy said that he doesn't need Kevin Owens to fight his battles and say his name. He said his name doesn't need to be coming out of Kevin Owens' mouth. McMahon liked Murphy and said he wanted to speak with him later. McMahon then called up Apollo Crews, another man that Kevin Owens mentioned. Apollo Crews said that the entire roster agreed with Owens' comments. Zelina then interrupted and challenged Crews to a match later against Andrade. Elias approached the mic, but New Day interrupted him. Kofi pointed out that he feuded with Owens. He may not like him, but he agrees with the things that he has to say. Kingston noted all the obstacles in his way and all the obstacles that have been in his way to becoming WWE champion. Shane's over there like, cut the mic, cut the mic. Finally, his mic does cut out and goes, oh, I'll have to talk to production about that. You're a champion. World champions should not have the mic cut on them. McMahon then said this is over. The roster walked off, except for Cesaro. So Cesaro approached the microphone, and Shane was like, oh, Cesaro, you're a Raw guy. What are you doing here? He's like, I'm a wild card. I'm going to use that rule. I want to challenge Aleister Black. And McMahon goes, okay. Sure. McMahon began addressing the fans when Kevin Owens appeared and nailed McMahon with a stunner. Now you're going to ask, well, if Kevin wasn't supposed to be in the building, how did he get in? Here's my theory. He changed his shirt. Earlier in the day, he was wearing a gray t-shirt. Right now, he was wearing a t-shirt that said WWE Crew. So my theory here is that he went through a door where it was security for the building, not security for WWE, so they may not have known who he was, and he would have like, crew member just coming in to do my job, and they let him in. That's my theory on it. So for some reason, Cesaro went to the back before the commercial. After the commercial, Aleister Black comes out. Cesaro comes back out. And this was a excellent hard-hitting match. They traded hard shots early, but Black gained the advantage. He sent Cesaro to the floor with a hard kick. He teased a dive, but then did his backflip into the pose. During a break, Cesaro took over and rocked Black with uppercuts. Black fought back, but Cesaro lifted him and hit him with an uppercut for a near fall. He slowed down the pace with a chin lock. Black made a comeback and hit a moonsault for a near fall. Cesaro hit an uppercut and a boot for 2. Cesaro transitioned into the crossface, but Black rolled through, pinned him, not pinned him enough, near fall. Cesaro went shoulder first into the ring post. Black hit the Black Mass, pinned Cesaro. Not that long of a match. I don't even think maybe 8 minutes, 6, 7 minutes. It was not long, and that was the thing tonight. Short matches. Good match. Could have went a little longer, but hey, they did what they had to do. In the back, Dolph Ziggler approached Shane McMahon. Ziggler said that he wanted Kevin Owens here tonight. He wanted to face Kevin Owens again. He wants Kevin Owens in the main event. And Shane was like, well, if that's what you want, Owens is already gone, unfortunately. And he's like, you agree to let me have this match? I'll find his phone number. I'll get it from somebody, and I'll call him. I'll get him back here. Well, that's what he did. Shane goes, if you can get him back here, you can have the match. So then they aired Daniel Bryan's post-Extreme Rules interview. If you haven't seen this, he was furious about losing the tag titles and not elevating the division. He began speaking at a low voice, and he said he needs to go someplace he's never gone before. We then got Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan. Flair shoved Morgan to the ground. Morgan fired up and hit a Hurricane Rana and a drop kick. Flair quickly took over and hit hard chops. Morgan fought back and scored a 2 count. Morgan attempted another Hurricane Rana, but Flair caught her in a powerbomb. Flair won the match with the figure 8. So Corey Graves is talking crap on commentary, and Liv Morgan limps out of the ring, goes over and snatches the microphone, the headset, right off of Graves. She said Flair was right, and when she comes back, she's going to be real. I heard she's being repackaged. The line of she's going to be real, I think that's a knock at her old boyfriend, a real one, Enzo. So in the back, Dolph Ziggler was trying to get Kevin Owens' phone number from referee Drake Wirtz. He got the number. Ember Moon then had the opportunity with a partner of her choosing to take on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose come out first. Ember Moon then comes out. She stops on the ramp, and out would come SmackDown Live Women's Champion Bayley. didn't get why they were doing this at first. I still kind of don't get it, but the heels jumped to the faces to gain the early advantage. Bayley fought back with the back suplex. Moon got the hot tag and ran wild on Mandy Rose. Bayley took out DeVille with a Bayley to belly, and Moon hit the Eclipse on Rose for the victory. Quick match, and then Kayla Braxton would come down to interview the two winners after the match. Braxton said, Bayley, you won a handicap match at Extreme Rules to retain your title. What's next? Who's going to challenge you at SummerSlam? Bayley said that she's happy to be done with Alexa, and now she's ready to elevate the SmackDown Live women's division. Bayley then said, I want to face somebody who has charisma, who has desire, who's going to go out there and give me a challenge. And she looked at Ember Moon, and Kayla goes, well, Ember, what do you think? And I guess Ember accepted. She never really said, I accept. At least I didn't hear the words, I accept. But yeah, looks like Bayley defending the SmackDown Live Women's Championship against Ember Moon at SummerSlam. So in the back, Sarah Schreiber interviewed Shinsuke Nakamura, the new Intercontinental Champion. He said he's ready to rain down chaos on SmackDown. He was then approached by Ali. Nakamura he congratulated Nakamura on winning the title. Tease for maybe a title match at SummerSlam? We'll see. They recap Shane McMahon barring Kevin Owens from the building. Tom Phillips noted that Owens is on his way back. Dolph got a hold of him. The match will take place. So then they said, Daniel Bryan is coming out next. He has a career-altering announcement that will shake SmackDown to its core. So go to commercial, and we think Daniel's coming out after the commercial, but instead the New Day come down. On commentary, Tom Phillips pointed out that Daniel Bryan was supposed to make his announcement right now. Xavier Woods noted that Kofi Kingston retained the WWE Championship against Samoa Joe. Kingston discussed Woods and E winning the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Big E said that they know what that announcement is. He said, Bryan, I accept. You want a rematch? You want a title shot tonight? Let's go. Right here in Worcester. Bryan and Rowan would then walk down the aisle, about halfway down the ramp. Bryan then pretended like he was going to speak, and he walked out. He walked to the back. Moments later, he would walk back out onto the ramp, and he was rubbing his eye. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if he's rubbing his eye because it was watering. I don't know. So he rubs his eye, looks like he's going to talk again, and walks to the back. So he comes out again, and the fans start chanting, New Day rocks. Bryan's rubbing the eye yet again. I don't know what's going on. Got a freaking pink eye, got a watery eye situation. I don't know. Finally, he just drops the microphone, and him and Rowan leave. And I'm like, so you tease us since last night that Daniel Bryan's got a career-altering announcement, that Daniel Bryan is going to make an announcement that will shake SmackDown to its core. And you do this bullshit? What the fuck was this? This was crap. This was, I don't even know what. And I see some people in the chat, was he crying? I didn't notice the crying. I just noticed they kept rubbing his eye like he had a wonky eye. Like it was watering or something. Trust me, I suffer from watering eyes a lot. So I know what it looks like when you got a watery eye and you got to keep rubbing it because it won't stop watering. And that's all it looked like to me. I don't know what's going on here. So Samoa Joe's music hits. He walked out and he said, Kofi. You should take a page from your boys. You should tonight, right now, put your WWE Championship on the line against me. Elias would come out. I heard the music and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Forgot Elias actually has music other than his little guitar riff. Elias walks out and noted that Joe already had a title shot. He said he's ready to challenge for the WWE Championship, and out would then come Randy Orton. Randy Orton demanded a title shot as well. Elias noted that all three of them can get a shot tonight. They can team up against the New Day. New Day agreed for the 6-man tag, but Orton wasn't really feeling it. He started to walk off, and Kingston thought the Viper would be ready to strike, but instead, he's gone limp. And you know what? If you were like Randy Orton was and kind of going a little limp, then you may need a little bit of help from our friends over at Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew helps you increase your performance and get extra confidence in bed. BlueChew.com, that's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Again, if you were like Randy Orton and you weren't really ready to strike yet, that's when you pop that Blue Chew and get it going. You can get benefits, extra function, and more confidence where it counts. Blue Chew is the fastest and easiest way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a discreet package. So no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no awkwardness. Blue Chew is made in the U.S., and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code UNLIMITED. Just pay $5 shipping when you order. Again, that's Blue, BLUE Chew.com, promo code UNLIMITED to try it for free. Blue Chew is better, cheaper, faster. BlueChew.com. Let them know we sent you. So, I don't know if maybe Orton's Blue Chew had finally kicked in, but he was ready to strike after Kofi called him limp. And we got Randy Orton, Elias, and Samoa Joe taking on the New Day. So Big E hit a splash on Joe for a near fall early. Big E and Woods hit a wheelbarrow into a pin for a 2. Woods hit the honor roll on Elias for a near fall. Orton interfered and Elias took over on Woods. The heels isolated Woods and cut him off from his partners. Kingston and Big E got knocked off the apron. Joe rocked Big E with a boot to the floor. Elias placed Woods on the top turnbuckle, but Woods fought back. Woods hit a missile dropkick and Kingston got the hot tag. Kofi then went for the Trouble in Paradise on Randy Orton, but he avoided it. Orton attempted an RKO and Kingston fought it off. Kingston hit a crossbody, but Elias broke up the pinfall. Woods then sent Joe to the floor with a huge dive. Joe applied a coquina clutch on Woods, and Elias took out Big E with a knee. Kingston then rocked Elias with the Trouble in Paradise, turned around, got hit with an RKO, and then got pinned by Randy Orton. They don't beat Kofi much. Kofi doesn't get pinned much since winning that WWE Championship, since before winning the WWE Championship. So for Orton to pin Kofi tonight leads me to believe that Orton will most likely be challenging. They didn't officially announce this yet, but I think Orton's going to challenge Kofi at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. So in the back, Carmella was looking for R-Truth. She found him in a hollowed out washing machine. Carmella said, I've got a better place for you to hide. You're just going to have to wear a costume. He goes, oh yeah? I could be down with that. And she said, Comic-Con. We're going to go to Comic-Con. He goes, what did you call me? He said, I already did my time. I'm no con. And she was like, nah, just come with me. So I don't know if this was supposed to happen, but Truth is trying to get out of this damn washing machine. And he goes to lift his leg up to try and climb out of it. And the whole thing just topples over and he hits face first, boom, right on the floor. Kind of catches himself, but I thought that was pretty funny. We then had the Kabuki Warriors challenging the Iconics for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and fuck. This was a joke. These titles are a damn joke. Kept this short, and I mean short. Kabuki Warriors used a series of double team moves to score an early near fall. The Iconics briefly took over. Asuka rocked Billie Kay with a kick that sent her to the floor. Peyton Royce went to go check on her. And then they just let the referee count him out. So they lose the match, but they keep their belts. Smart but dumb. Smart on the champions, dumb on the booking of it. So after the match, the Kabuki Warriors jumped the champions. Asuka took down Billie Kay, and then Kairi hit her with a insane elbow. Again, What the hell? So Apollo Crews took on Andrade here. Andrade jumped Crews before the bell even rang. Referee checked on Crews, make sure he's ready to go. He said, I'm good, and then he started the match. Andrade was firmly in control and rocked Crews with a back elbow. Andrade hit the double knees in the corner and went for the pin. Crews reversed and rolled up Andrade for a surprise victory. I did not see this victory coming. They then recapped the Bray Wyatt segment with Finn Balor last night on Monday Night Raw. So then we get the main event. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Owens walked down slowly to the ring, looking over both shoulders, making sure there's no tomfoolery or silliness to ensue. Ziggler went for a super kick, but Owens avoided it. Owens attempted a stunner, but Ziggler rolled to the floor. Owens hit a dive to the floor. He went for a swanton bomb, but Ziggler got his knees up. Ziggler slowed down the pace and applied the crossface. Owens fought back, but missed a charge in the corner. Ziggler hit a DDT for a close near fall. Ziggler missed a splash, and Owens hit a super kick. Owens hit the swanton on his second try for a 2. Shane McMahon would then come down with a bunch of heels, including Drew McIntyre. Shane got himself an army. He's got Elias, he's got the B-Team, AOP, Andrade, Joe. I was surprised to see Joe out here. Joe, Buddy Murphy, Cesaro, and more. Owens was distracted here, and Ziggler hit him with a zigzag, but only for a 2. Ziggler was firmly in control at this point and sent Owens into the ring post twice. He went for the super kick, but Owens countered with a stunner. McMahon then pulled Owens out of the ring, but Owens hit him with a stunner. Owens then ran to the back with a bunch of superstars chasing him. Caleb Braxton interviewed McMahon, and he said Owens is going to pay. And that, my friends, is how SmackDown Live ended, with Shane McMahon vowing to, I guess you could say, make Owens pay. So now, let's take some calls. Some text messages, some phone calls. I want to hear what you guys thought about tonight's SmackDown or even last night's Monday Night Raw, since we are no longer taking calls on Monday nights. If you do want to call in, you can do so at 559-475-8473. You can text at 510-906-1341. So just looking here, see if we do have any text messages. Well, we do wait for some phone calls. Looking at the chat as well. You see a couple people asking about Sasha Banks again. I was told today there's no imminent plans. Like, there's nothing for Sasha to come back in the near future. So, I was led to believe, by one source, that Sasha's probably not coming back by SummerSlam. Just to say. Let's take a call, though. Calling on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, Worked all day, pretty tired, but...
Gotcha.
I'll say, SmackDown, I would say it was about as good as Raw. I know you said that Raw, you thought it was a little better. I thought
Just
SmackDown was okay. I thought SmackDown was okay. I'm really happy that they're making Orton look good. Because,
right.
I thought, last night that he would be kind of like that, not really the underdog, but he'd be that secret competitor in that battle royal that will come down to at least the final 4, I thought, and came down the last 2. And I'm happy because, I like Randy Orton. But, man, what is the direction going with these women's tag titles? Funny, because, the Iconics are those annoying champions, but how can you call them champions when there's 2 teams?
Well, it's not necessarily 2 teams. I mean, you've got Raw, SmackDown. When Bayley and Sasha had the titles, they teased defending them in NXT. So you can throw any number of women together. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but during Extreme Rules, they did the watch-along party. And Dana Brooks literally said, WWE should hire back Emma so her and I can challenge for the women tag titles.
That's pretty funny. I didn't watch the watch-along, but
yeah,
I hear that they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I hear that they're pretty good.
They're funny.
But also, with this whole, Bray Wyatt thing, I know this is not, Raw, this is not SmackDown related, but this whole Bray Wyatt thing, did you expect something like this? I mean, did you expect that kind of return? Well, I expected him to have, the Firefly Funhouse sort of gimmick, but he's just like he totally like turned.
Well, see, here's
to,
the
like, a
thing.
really
We don't know exactly what he's going to be. All we saw was him appear, hit the Sister Abigail on Finn, and that was it. So there could be more.
Yeah.
He could bring the puppets out there. And I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. I just knew that after all this Firefly Funhouse stuff, that he was going to get over. And he got over in a great big way.
Yeah, for sure. Him versus Finn could be a good match. Did we see that a couple of years ago? We were supposed to see it, Sister Abigail versus the Demon at TLC, and then everybody got that.
Yeah, everybody got
sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like the fall of 2017 when,
Exactly.
But, also, the last question, I want to keep you, and I got other callers. Liv Morgan and this whole new chance thing, like, that they kind of had, they had Buddy Murphy talk, they had, Liv Morgan talk, do you think that, there's a certain direction going with these people, or do they just kind of throw them in just because Kevin Owens said that they should?
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about Buddy Murphy. I mean, great that they gave Apollo a victory. I was told tonight that Liv Morgan's probably getting repackaged. I don't know how long they're going to keep her off until they, bring her with a new gimmick. I didn't get any info on that. I was just told that she's getting repackaged.
Yeah, because she was gone for, not really gone, but she was doing dark matches for like 2 months. So in case TV, she's been gone for
since
for
the
a while.
Superstar shakeup.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Wrestling the past couple weeks have been really good for all companies. I'm very happy with the direction that any wrestling company is going with now, and I'm just looking forward to listening to the podcast and keep going with these shows. So that's
all right. Thanks for the call. Have a great night. So, in an interesting move from 205 Live, they've been doing a thing between Drake Maverick and Mike Bennett, where Mike Bennett keeps telling Drake Maverick, I want an opportunity, give me matches, and Maverick will give him a match, and he keeps losing. Well, tonight, Drake Maverick snapped, punched Mike Bennett right in the face, and stomped a mud hole in him, actually. So I don't know where this is leading to, but Maverick versus Mike Bennett? We'll see. 205 Live does do some interesting things. I know Jack Gallagher was supposed to face off against Chad Gable tonight, but I haven't seen that yet. Let's take another call, though. Caller in the air, what's going on?
Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
Doing good, sir. How's your night been?
Pretty good.
That's good, man. I just want to say Monday Night Raw was not bad, but I thought SmackDown was pretty good. I thought everything was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the whole Owens aspect was pretty good, I thought. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are.
I thought the show was good. Raw was a little bit better, but overall, both shows were an improvement to me.
Yeah, I felt the same way. But I know they've been setting it up for a while with Brock Lesnar and Seth. I kind of wish it could have been Orton, because I felt Orton would give Brock a little bit more of a challenge.
True,
I mean,
but
that's
hear me
just
out here.
my thought.
I think Orton and Kofi would be better than Brock and Orton, and this would probably be Kofi's best match since he won the title at WrestleMania.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I think that is a fantastic thought. I mean, I just kind of like to see it because, a lot of people say that, Brock Lesnar can't encounter nobody, but I feel Orton could do that because, he's got the experience. He's been, a 13-time champion? And
13,
it's
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But, I just feel that he's owed a title shot, and they've been holding him back for so long.
Hey, maybe he beats
I
Kofi
mean,
for the
that's
title.
my thought. I hope so. Like, I'm a huge Orton fan.
I had heard some unconfirmed rumors that Kofi could drop the title at SummerSlam, so maybe it's to Randy Orton.
That would be awesome because I mean I've always been an Orton fan ever since he joined Evolution back
Same
in the
here.
day, and yeah. But here's my question for you.
Go for it.
I wonder what the plans are for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
You are not the first person to ask me that tonight, and I have absolutely no clue. Because anybody that I would think he can work with, it looks like they're working with somebody else. I mean, the only person that I could see for some reason him work with, maybe Elias, but I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, me too. Because they've done it so many times, and so does Drew McIntyre. I mean, Roman should definitely hold his own. I just, you know, you got to find that perfect spark, and it's hard to find that now.
Right.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, that's one thing. I wish WWE, you know, who I'd like to see him face. I mean, you know, if it's a big call up, I'd like to see him and Riddle go 1-on-1. But that's a dream match for me.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be a hell of a match. And but also now here's the other question: is Bray Wyatt sticking with the Fiend, or is he going to be like Finn Balor, splitting off from, you know, normal Finn Balor to Demon Finn Balor? That's the question I've been wondering.
You know, I think it would be okay if he's regular Bray Wyatt doing promos, but he wears the mask in all his matches.
Yeah.
Not just...
And that mask is so sick.
Yeah, and I think he should wear the mask in all of his matches, not like Finn where he only wears it in big matches that he's going to win. Because here's the thing with that. When Finn's the demon, it kind of gives it away. It's like, oh, Finn's winning. But if they just let Bray always wear the mask when he's wrestling, he can win and lose in the mask, and it'd be fine. So we'll see how it goes.
Right. Well, here's the other question: are the puppets going to come into play with this character?
I mean, they could. Like I said with the last caller, they could. It's just a matter of how do they make the puppets work well in front of a live crowd? Because you got to have puppeteers out there moving them around if you're actually going to use them, and you don't want a bunch of people out there with the live crowd out of it because all the puppeteers or whatever.
Yeah, I see that, man. But Tim, love the show, and you have a good night, sir.
All right, thanks for the call. Have a great night.
You
live chat. I saw something from Luke Might. He said, Tim, you should do what Chris Van Vliet does. Chris Van Vliet, great guy. I mean, he's killing it with the interview stuff. But unfortunately, my life wouldn't allow me to do that. As a father of 2 kids, I am the parent that stays home with them all day while their mom was at work. So it's hard for me to travel. It's hard for me to get out there and just, you know, be able to just, oh, there's this weekend. Okay. When I went to Double or Nothing, I had to make sure months in advance that I had everything in line for people to watch the kids and all that, and made sure that they were all taken care of. Because, again, as a father of 2 kids, they come first. And it's kind of like I have to make sure that there's someone to watch them, pick them up from school, bring them to school. So that's the issue there. So unfortunately, I can't travel far often, especially like in the middle of the week. It's a little easier on weekends. So unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. But let's take one final call before we do wrap things up. Calling on the air, what's going on?
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I have a question, actually, if you can answer this for me.
Okay.
Do you think Aleister Black, I'm a big Aleister Black fan, as you know, because I watch him grow up through his independent things.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think he has enough charisma to lead a stable without speaking, or would he need a mouthpiece a la Paul Bearer or Bobby Heenan, like Paul Bearer did with The Undertaker in the Ministry?
Why?
To help him lead the stable.
Here's my question back. Why can't Black talk for himself? I mean, we've already established on SmackDown that he can speak for himself when he did all those promos in the closet. So to add a mouthpiece to him now would be a little redundant.
No, the reason why, because I feel with him, he can lead a stable. Me myself, in my opinion, I can think he can lead a stable without speaking and stuff like that, and do like maybe his personality could fit with a biker theme type of gimmick.
Not a biker gimmick. No, he's gothic. He's got a gothic thing going.
Or like a heavy metal style type of thing.
No, it's got to be gothic. If he's gonna be defined as anything, it would be gothic.
Okay. And then what would you name the stable if you had a chance?
I honestly wouldn't put him in a stable.
Aleister? You don't think he has enough charisma?
I'm not saying he does. I'm not saying he does or doesn't. I'm saying that he's a guy that I would leave as a singles. I would not put him in another tag team or put him in a stable. Yeah, he's great. He can lead a stable, but I don't think it's something that he needs to be doing.
Why did The Undertaker do that when he first started? Because he was the leader of the Ministry, basically.
Yeah.
And he still did singles. Why was that?
7, 8 years after he had already came around, it was just something to refresh his character. Black's only been on the main roster for 4 months, maybe.
Oh,
you don't need to refresh him. It hasn't been years upon years where you need to try something new.
Okay. And do you think Aleister, I'm not saying he's going to be the next Undertaker, but do you think, in your opinion, he could be to the level of the Undertaker eventually?
No one can ever be at the level of the Undertaker ever was.
Oh, okay. So as a Aleister Black fan, I would be putting too much pressure on him, is what you're saying, to be at the level of the other Undertaker.
Yeah.
Leading the WWE for like 30 years.
There's never going to be anybody again like The Undertaker. Undertaker was loyal to WWE since he came in, and it's just...
John Cena could be close.
Right. But, I mean, as far as, like you're saying, with The Undertaker, I don't think we're ever going to see somebody wrestle that long for the company again, like that many years. Cena didn't even wrestle as long as The Undertaker did. The Undertaker still is.
And do you think there's kind of mold Kevin Owens' character to be a sort of like Stone Cold Steve Austin's character, a rebel against authority type of character, kind of, or no?
I want to say thank you for the call. On that, yeah, a little bit. I think they are trying to a little bit make him like a anti-hero kind of guy, in a way. But looking at the chat and the text messages here before we wrap things up, we got one text message that says, can you see a legend return next week and win the 24/7 belt? So you're asking like at Raw Reunion. And I think a cool thing they should do, based off of all of the stuff with Maverick and Truth, I think Hornswoggle needs to win that title, even if it's just for the night and then he loses it back at the end of the night. I think it would be super funny if he shows up and Truth is like, Hornswoggle? Wait, weren't you taller last time I saw you? And then Hornswoggle somehow pins him. And then Truth can get the title back or something. But I think that would be one cool thing, is if they actually brought back Hornswoggle and he maybe briefly wins the belt. But with that, I want to say thank you guys for joining me here tonight. Thank you guys for being here with me to talk SmackDown Live. Remember, you can follow us right here on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. And we will be live again tomorrow for the PW Unlimited Wednesday show. I should have Nick with me, and we'll talk about everything that went down this week. We'll hear Nick's thoughts on what he thought about Raw and SmackDown, if he thought maybe the shows were better this year or this week, not this year. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching right here on YouTube, for watching later right here on YouTube, or for watching on podcast services all around the world like iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and so much more. Have a good night, guys.